Today, we just got to discussing about the Native Americans and how they told stories with pictures. So on your big sheet of paper that you have, you're going to use those sheets to help you create a story. So I'm starting with an arrow. It says the arrow meant protection. I'm looking at that symbol. That's kind of a cool one. It's rain, just with lines. So you're going to use multiple pictures today to fill this paper up with a story. Oh, I see that my lines kind of have to go long to short here. Just fixing my drawing a little bit. I might put another arrow on this side. I'm kind of making a symmetrical design. It's okay today if you invent your own symbols, but they cannot be letters or numbers or emojis. So I have finished my pencil design, and now I'm ready to put this onto my foam. So your foam is like styrofoam. It's a little bit of a thicker sheet. It's going to go under your drawing. And we are going to use a red pen today. And as I'm using the red pen, I am tracing over everything I've made. Can't see my red totally. But what I can hear is I can hear that I'm scratching in the foam. So I'm putting these sheets really close and tight together. I don't want them to move. But if I take a peek, you can see that I've scratched in on that styrofoam. And I know my red is not working. I'm going to see if I can get it to work here. So we're using a red pen today just so that you know exactly what you have traced on this sheet. Chances are you're going to cut and tear this paper sheet. That's okay. That means you're pressing good enough to get it onto the foam. If you break your foam, raise your hand and a teacher will help you repair it. So I have gone ahead and I have done the tracing with red. The next step is to switch to another pen color. We're going to use black today. And with that black, I am going over my drawing on this foam. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to get these lines a little bit thicker. So I'm making them wider so that I can really feel that texture. I'm working hard so I don't break through this foam. You can see I'm pushing so hard it's kind of showing up on the back, but I'm not creating a hole. Inside some of the shapes, if you wanted to create a pattern of some kind, you could. Keep in mind, though, the Native Americans had a very simple way of drawing and writing. I'm going to do a little bit more, and then I'm just going to show you the difference of what this is going to look like with nice, thick lines versus something that's just really thin and skinny. The thicker these are, the better they're going to show up. I can't quite remember. I think, this is a Thunderbird. This Thunderbird means unlimited happiness. Who wouldn't want that? To be happy forever. All right. So at this point, you would keep working on your drawing with this black pen and making sure all the lines are really thick. For the video, I just want to show you the next step. The next step is to add color. We're using washable markers because we want the marker to come off of this when we print. So as we color, we're not coloring inside these shapes. We want to color the flat foam around them. So I'm thinking about this as like maybe shapes. So I'm coloring this arrow in. I might do the same thing on the other side. You can use as many colors as you would like when you're. So I have gone ahead and I have colored all over this foam plate. I have colored it as shapes. You could think about coloring it inside the shapes. This entire Thunderbird could have been different patterns. The important thing is that you're filling it with color. Now we're going to get this marker to show up on our bag. So you are going to need a wet paper towel for this. I am looking to see where that flap of my bag is because I don't want to print underneath it if I don't have to. So I am taking a wet paper towel and I am getting the front of this all wet. And what I'm going to do is lay my stamp, picture down, right on that wet part. I'm going to stand up for this part. I don't want to scooch or move this plate, this foam. I'm calling a plate, but I'm rubbing it really hard all around, and I'm going to take a little peek. I'm going to peek to see if my marker is showing up. It is. I see I'm missing some parts, so I'm getting all the way around the edge, using all my muscles. This is not just a quick down and push. This is probably a good minute of me pushing and rubbing all those edges. All right. There it is. A print is not going to be perfect. So I did miss some spots, and I can see right on my stamp where it didn't come off. That's okay. If we wanted it to be perfect, we'd color it. We are making this look a little bit old and faded, like an old Native American bag. So I have a really great stamp on the front. Guess what? We're going to flip it over because a print can be done lots of times. And we're going to do it again. We have to color the stamp again. So I would suggest using those same colors in the same areas. I'm coloring my whole stamp, and I'm going to repeat the process. Flipping it over, getting the back side of the bag all wet this time, and laying my stamp down and printing it. If time allows, you could also print your stamp in your sketchbook if